All right, so we typed this in. I already took the liberty to do that. So remember, this is a horizontal table. We always go L1, L2, and for that reason, it means X and Y. So every single point on this line will be volt and then lumens, right? Like how bright it is. And even if you don't know what they're talking about, if you just stick to the plan, right? Use their units, use whatever they're talking about, you're fine. So I did type that in. And then I want to look at the plot, so I'm going to go to y equals. Technically, you want everything gone here, but this is the equation already. I went ahead and did the regression. So I just turned it off for now. Plot 1 is on though, and I go zoom 9 immediately. Okay, I just want to see what the pattern is of those points. If you don't do zoom 9, you're going to see something like that, which maybe is a linear, but if you zoom in, you might find out that there's a bit of a U-shape to it. So you want to investigate, so you either zoom in or zoom 9, right? Zoom stat. So you can tell that this is a straight line here. There's no clear indication that this is, even though it goes down a little bit, it stays. So this we would consider a linear regression. So I would say that. Based on the scatter plot, on the plot, this is a linear regression, and there are no turns. There are no turns visible. Okay, so based on that, based on your scatter plot, and maybe to strengthen your case, you're going to say, I see something like this, right? But it is definitely a linear relation there. Determine the equation that is the line of best fit. So here, if you had said quadratics, then you should try to do a quadratic regression here, of course. And you will find out that A is probably 0. That it ends up being a linear after all. I want you to note something about the window, however. This window is not perfect. It just zoomed into your points. So I'm going to press the window for one moment here and just focus in on X min. I'm going to make it, -5. And my Y min, I'm just going to go slightly underneath the X axis. So these I tend to always make negative, and then I hit graph again. It's a little overkill, to be honest. I'll try this again. -1 and -1. Let's try that. Yeah, that's pretty good. But you want to see the Y and the X axis, okay? And here are your points. You probably also want to increase your X max a little bit, right? I'm going to go 10, see more this way. And so that is a much better view of this thing. So now I'm going to find the line of best fit. I already did the linear regression. Maybe for the video I should do this one more time. Stat calc. Do not mix this up. Like, this is the one you want to use every time. There's one here. If you did that today, it's not going to be wrong. It's just I'd prefer to stay with that. And some students mix it up with this one. This is a completely different one, the LN reg. So don't be using that one. You want linear regression, okay? L1, L2, alpha trace, enter. There we go. Hit graph, and there's your straight line. So this is the equation. I'm going to run it one more time. Y is equal to 0.42x plus 0.07. Okay, so you copy it to 2 decimals. That's what it is. You get a mark for that. If she hooks up the battery that provides 5 volts, what would be the expected brightness in lumens? So basically, they're saying, hey, if this is 5 volts, then what is this? So that should prompt you to use second trace value, right? Let x equal to 5, and let's see what y is. Okay, so graph it. Second trace 1, value is 5. And it's not on my graph here, but it did find it. I'm going to increase my y max a little bit. I'm going to go to, I don't know, 4, something like that. Try this again just so you can see it. right there. So 2.16 lumens. So add whatever units they are using, just add that to your question, okay? If she connects a battery and measures the brightness, and it is 1.6, what is the voltage of the battery? So in this case, they're wanting the voltage. They give you the Y, right? So you want to go Y2 is equal to 1.6, and second trace intersect. Okay, so we're going to try that. 1.6, the Y value given. There it is. Second trace 5. We determined that intersection, and it's 3.67 rounded. Okay, 3.67 volts. A V or volts or whatever you want after it will do the trick. Okay. Graphing the scenario, I asked you to not do it because I want to kind of focus right now a little bit more on how to work the calculator, and then we'll come back to this later. But it says graph the scenario from 0 to 24 volts. State the restrictions on the domain and range if the highest voltage is 24. I honestly think that you should at least, if you're not asked to graph, you should have a sketch where you kind of envision what's happening here. So we know the line starts somewhere here, and it goes, and it should stop at 24, right? We know that the voltage is going to be 24. We don't know what the Y value is just yet. We'll figure that out. What do we start off with here based on the line? 0.07, right? Okay. So I would say have the start and the end like that. If you do a second trace 1, I'm going to already change my window because I know, right? If X is 24 and I have 10 here, I can't see it. So I'm going to change that to 30. Am I still not going to see it? Let's try it. X is equal to 24. Y is equal to 10.07. Okay, so that is, I found that out using the calculator. So now I can go domain. Goes from 0 to 24. And the range will go, I know this is kind of silly, but it is 0.07 based on it's like the battery. A battery never completely dies. There's always like a little bit in there. It's just not enough to power whatever you're trying to power. And then the highest is 10.07 is the highest lumens here. Oh, sorry. This is brightness of the bulb, right? Yeah. Anyways, we just go by the equation. So this is what your domain and range. So 2 marks for that. I will up this 1 level, okay? 1, and you get 1 mark for actually figuring this out, because I feel like that should be given a mark. Which makes this out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 7 marks. Yeah, 7 marks because we don't do the graph. Okay, so 3 marks for E. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you don't have any questions.
For the last one, yeah, what to put in the.
If I see this, I'm assuming you did that, so you would get that mark. Yeah. So no matter what problem you ever do, if it's one of these, I think having the key points there, a little sketch on the side will help you greatly to figure out your domain and range. Okay. All right. Good question.